Hi, this is Lavina Pinto here with you, and I'm back with another YouTube video today. And today's topic is a candid topic, to be honest, because I've not done much research about it. Now, what made me do this video is recently one of my bestie got married, and hers was an intercaste marriage, inter-religion marriage actually. She's a Sindhi while he's a Malayali, so it was a different combination, and they were getting married. And suddenly I also was sitting and thinking about my marriage, because even mine is an inter-religion marriage, because my husband is a Hindu and I'm a Christian. And I thought this is an interesting topic, because these days wherever I go around I find topics or contents for my Instagram or for YouTube channel. And this is one of the easiest topic for me, because I don't need to do much research, because I'm going to share my experience, maybe a little what I've heard from others also, and also a little bit of comparison for the arranged marriage and the love marriage. So I thought this is going to be an interesting topic, and it'll be much easier for me to talk without doing much of research and writings and everything. So let's get started. It's been 14 years since I got married. This December I completed 14 years, and it has been a roller coaster ride. Now, if there was another word that I would be using for marriage, then it would be challenge. Because marriage is all about challenges. It's not easy, no matter. I don't know about the arranged marriages much, but since I saw my parents, yeah, of course, it's not easy at all. I don't think arranged marriages are easy, nor the love marriages are easy. Now, I don't want to tell which is good and which is not good. But for me, I would say that love marriages are not bad at all, because I have been in love marriage and it's been 14 years. It's a combination of a lot of emotions, happiness, sadness, together, fights. Everything is there, the entire drama that we see in the indie movies, it's there. But of course, not to that level, but a little lower level, I can say. Now, based on this, I will tell some things that I have gone through and what I've heard about. Let's start with the first point. Now, in arranged marriages, it's easy that, parents bring a proposal, you see it, you accept it, you don't accept it, it doesn't matter, But in love marriages, it's not like that. It's a little complicated, because first of all, since you have grown up with your parents, your parents, the kind of thinking they have. Like for me, in my house, it was okay to have a love marriage, but there were certain criteria in love marriage. I don't know, those are weird criteria actually. So I was thinking that I can convince my parents and they will agree for it very easily, But no, I was so wrong about it, because it was quite difficult to convince my parents, because my parents' mentality suddenly changed, I feel, when it came to their daughter to get married, because they wanted the person to be in the same religion. Second thing is that they couldn't accept my husband as their son-in-law, and I don't know why they felt that he was not capable enough to take care of me and all those things, so, and the mentality of that, the eldest daughter has to get married, it is like an embarrassment for the family, and all that blah 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 things came up, so I tried my best to convince my parents, and did everything that I could do, so that I could win their heart and tell them, yes, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, I'm going to be with this man. But maybe it did not work for me. But in other cases, I've seen that, like my friend's wedding, it was not that difficult. Of course, there were challenges, but yeah, their parents were okay, and yeah. So that means the difference is that maybe 14 years back, things were not so easy and so cool as it is right now. So convincing your parents is one of the biggest challenge when it comes to love marriages. You have to be prepared for either situations. Either you want to go with the parents thinking what they think, or either you leave the parents and go with the other side, which I took the other side actually. When convincing the parents is one of the biggest tension at that moment, believe me, after convincing, if they agree, then it is another thing. Now, if it is an inter-religion, then imagine there are going to be two different religions getting together. Now each one will have their own way of thinking, that the way the wedding should happen. So there are a lot of expenses involved in it, there's a lot of drama also involved in it, and yeah, kind of entertainment is going to happen. But imagine, like me, if it is where parents are not going to accept, and you still want to get married to the person whom you like, it's going to be a sasta and budget friendly wedding. Like I did it. My wedding was the most sasta budgeted wedding, I feel. Like me, there must be many around, but mine was the lowest budget one actually. And it was good enough actually, because 14 years we survived. I'm sure we're going to survive for the next 40, 50 years at least. Pray for that, okay? Yeah, so basically you have to be prepared for the after convincing or not convincing part as well. Now if marriage is done, you convinced your parents also, then next comes the realities of the marriage. Now in realities of marriage, for me the major reality was living together. Now living together was the excitement, of course, because when you're in love, you have all those dreamy rosy talks you do and all that stuff, and you find that he's the right person, and everything is going to be smooth and fun, and it's going to be very easy. But honestly, it's not that easy, because initially, at least, like, I found it very difficult, because suddenly I felt there is a lot of um, challenges with in terms of freedom, in terms of my responsibility suddenly started changing. I have to be more responsible, which I was not till then. I feel like, I have to take responsibilities when it comes to thinking of my husband, the cooking, the house, and everything. Like, you just can't keep doing things what you were doing when you were alone, living alone, and all that stuff. So that is one of the aspect which did come up, and which did cause a lot of troubles at times for me in the initial stages. But yeah, as the time passes by, you start learning things, and you start adjusting with the person, no matter which caste it is or religion, the next human being, the next person that you loved him all this while. And yeah, of course, yeah, so living together is a bit of tricky in terms of but honestly, I think it is much easier in love marriage, because you know the person at least better. I'm not very sure how does it go with arranged marriages. If you know something, you can let me know in the comment section. The most important thing in love marriage is that it's going to be, if it is an inter-caste or religion marriage, there will be a different kind of culture or tradition each person is coming from. Like for me, I'm coming from a Christian community, where he's coming from a Hindu community, so we both are obviously two different poles. Now in ours, we have different kind of festivities, he has different kinds of festivities, he has a different kind of culture, I do have a different culture in mind. And of course our gods are also different. If we believe in gods, like so he's got a different god, I have a different god. Now everything comes under one roof. Now it depends on you how you discuss with each other and how you try to put things together. For us it was not difficult, because we both had decided that we both are going to be the way we are in terms of believing in our culture, religion. Like I go to masses on Sundays, he goes to temples, so we both go together. He comes to my church, I go to his temples, or whatever. We do everything together, and we do not have any such terms and conditions as to he's not supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do this. Of course, if he feels that he doesn't want to do certain things, he's okay to do it. And if I am supposed to do that thing and I like to do that, I do it. So we don't have any such conditions that because I am not liking to follow certain things, he's supposed to follow me with that. No, vice versa ways. So basically, when two different religions come together, there will be a kind of frictions if you don't have an understanding. So it's always good to have an understanding before getting married, because then you can't change it, you see. Another important thing that will be required, especially in love marriages, is that adjusting. Now the thing is that once you get married, once people accept it, it will take time, but they will accept you at some point of time. It's very rare happen that parents have not accepted or something like that, but they will accept it. Now once they accept it, you imagine they are going to come and stay with you and all that stuff. There is a lot of adjustments each one has to do. Like when my parents came here, he had to do a lot of adjustments, which was very difficult for him, like because my father is a different character, and while he's the opposite character to my father's character, so it was very difficult for them to be together under one roof. Same way it was difficult for me to be between them every time, because make sure that there are no such bad frictions around, so that we are going to spoil our relationship because of all these things. And it will take long time to sort out certain kind of misunderstandings which will happen, like so it is very important that we have that discussions before parents come over, or how we approach with each other, and how are we going to behave at certain points, like because not that everybody likes a particular routine. Like I've seen some of my friends having that routine where their mother-in-laws come, they have to wake up early, they have to be traditionally wearing their outfits, like sari especially. Yeah, those things are all become little too much, because when you're just living with your husband, you can be the way you are, and you can wear your shorts around and roam around, and no one's going to say something. But when somebody else is there, you have to have certain kind of lines to be drawn or something like that. Of course, these days things are changing when it is coming to modernization, because people are accepting the way it is. That is very well and good if they're accepting it the way it is, but if they're not, you have to respect their things as well. So it is very important to keep adjusting and understanding each one at some point of time. Not every time, but at least some point of time. Honestly, whatever things that I've discussed just now, I don't think it all applies for only love marriage, but believe me, there are many things I'm sure which goes along with the arranged marriages also. So basically marriage is a marriage, except for that, when it comes to religion, a little bit of difference is there when it comes to love marriages. But otherwise, I think everything like understanding, adjusting, compromising, respect, trust, all these factors come together, irrelevant of any kind of marriage it is, love, arrange, eloped marriage, or whatever kind of it is, like, understanding each other is something that really requires a lot of time, patience. A lot goes into build a relationship stronger. It is very easy to fancy, just because you saw some Hindi movies that they fall in love and it is all rosy, rosy, rosy. Reality aisa nahi hota hai. It's not like that easy, but it's not difficult. If you want to give your 100% to anything that you want, it's possible. And I can bet on this because I'm a true example for you guys. Now, if you think that love marriages are easy, I will not say yes or no, because it has got its own, it depends on person to person, like how you are, what kind of partner you have found, and how adjusting you can be, and how adjusting your partner can be. So a lot of factors are there in that, but at the end of the day, marriage is not that bad also. So this is the interesting topic which I spoke without much research and without having much to prepare about, but something that was very close to my heart, and which was needed to do it at the right moment, because I just felt the time was right, because I just went to an inter-religion wedding, and since I too had it, I just celebrated my anniversary on December. So I thought this is the right time to speak something about it, and it was much easier to talk because I did not have to add any big words or think about a lot of things to talk actually. And I hope you like this. If you did like it, do let me know in the comments below. Like, comment and share and subscribe. Do not forget all these things, please. And keep showing me your love and support always, and let me know in the comment section whatever you feel about this video, or anything that you feel about me, like the way I talk, you don't like this talk, what I did, or something like that. Anything else doesn't matter, just keep commenting. Till then, this is Lavina signing off, and thank you.